Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here, daily market recap, October 18th, 2023. Like, subscribe, let's hit the charts, let's see what SPY and Friends brought us today. Bearish day, 429 is holding, 429 is the 618 Fibonacci retracement. Now let's see, continuation to the downside, 425 and then 420, we have double top scenario of this area, the 438. For now, high probability we are continuation to the downside, more likely than to the upside. QQQ, continuation to the downside, 360 is the next support. We can take Fibonacci to the downside. And now we have all the levels to the downside. We can take Fibonacci from here. Swing low, swing high. Now at the 50% retracement, we had an uptrend to this purple trend line. Get that rejected price once again. Now the 362, which is also the 50% retracement. Next is the 360 and then 355. Dow Jones, not surprising. This gap got filled. Now 335 needs to hold, otherwise no need to guess. We are heading towards the 332 and 328. More likely we will see more to the downside on SPY, Q, Dow, and of course the IWM. This red zone is still holding a support, but as things looking now, we are heading towards the 168, more likely than retesting this red trend line. So stay on your toes, manage your risk very carefully as we are heading to a bearish land continuation. Bitcoin still holding the 28,130, 3 days in a row, nothing much. Breaking below, we will retest this blue trend line. Ethereum moving sideways, but below the 1600, looks like we are heading towards this area, this yellow trend line, and this purple trend line will be next. Overall, crypto land, same as the SPY, same as the Qs, downtrend until proven otherwise. Crude oil, inside candle, still inside this short-term uptrend channel. Let's see where oil is taking us. For now, sideways move, as you can see in the past 4 days. Sideways move. This red zone that was a very tough resistance held the support. Let's see, can it hold once again? If it will fail to hold below the 82, we will see 77. Always prepare for both sides. Never be biased, because frankly, no one knows what will happen next. Natural gas stuck above the 3, which is pretty good, and below the 319. Gap over here, 3 holding, below it 286. Below the 286, this gap will get filled. KRE, this is why I always say wait for another day for validation. Yesterday, very nice bullish break to the upside above this long downtrend channel, and today retested it as support from resistance, now holding a support. Now let's see, can we get another bullish day continuation above the 4180, and then we can start slowly building our long position, or continuation back inside this purple trend line, and then 4090 needs to hold, below it 3950. So this is why I always say one candle does not change the overall sentiment, and the overall sentiment on KRE, as for now and until proven otherwise, is to the downside. As you can see, also look left, 4075 holding support, 4142 area is a very tough resistance. XLE continuation up, now above the 9120, this area from support resistance, now needs to hold once again as support. Can we see continuation towards the 93? Above 93 we will see 95. Tesla closed the day on this red line. You know this red line because we drew it way back. Now this purple zone is not relevant anymore. It got broken to the downside, and now we are getting validated. This double top is getting validated. 2:32 after hours. Missed earnings report. Market reaction 9% to the downside. 2:32. Looks like we are heading to close this gap at the 2:17. Netflix 9% to the upside. Closed at the 390. Beat earnings on all the data. Now we will have an open gap over here. Let's see where Netflix can. Bulls of Netflix, will they wake up and push price above the 400? And then we can take Fibonacci. Swing high, swing low, 394. Next resistance above it, 407, 425. But we have this major gap once again to the downside, and we know that gaps are like magnets for price action. So be careful, do not chase. Let Netflix at least until Monday. Do not, this is my opinion of course, and this is what I would do. I would not trade Netflix. I will not take swing on Netflix, whether to the upside or to the downside, until Monday. I will let the noise, the dust to settle in tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Monday, we will reassess the risk and we'll take action. Apple, another day, another doji. Doji represents indecision in the market. Doji and the inside candle is the perfect signal of an indecision in the market. And if the market cannot decide, we surely cannot decide. It means we need to sit on our hands and wait for the market to show us where it wants to take price. Apple, for now, inside this downtrend channel, trend lines shows us the way for future price action. And as long as price of Apple is inside these yellow trend lines, the way is south. Meta, very bearish day, but look left. Holding strong above the 315, moving sideways in the past 4 days or so, breaking below the 315, 315.62. We are heading towards this yellow trend line. Below this yellow trend line, we will see 301 and then 292. If you are not long or short on Meta yet, this is not the time to act as a hero, especially not for longs. If you are already long on Meta, you should manage your risk much more carefully using trend lines, Fibonacci and ATR as your guide how to manage your risk, how to manage your stop loss. If you don't know how to manage your risk according to ATR and Fibonacci, check the links in the description below. We have the Fibonacci Academy playlist. 25 videos on how to become a better trader each and every day. Each video on the technical side and on the psychology behind trading, no more than 12-13 minutes each video. Check it out. We have how to use ATR. We have how to use trend lines, how to use Fibonacci. Check it out. Free. Shopify, struggling with the 55.77 area. All this area, very tough resistance. On the positive side, 51.20 is very important area of support. So what do? We can go short below 51 towards the 48 gap, long above 56 towards this gap and this gap. We need to wait for at least 1 or 2 days above the 55 or 1 or 2 days below the 51, and then we can start taking short or long. Always prepare for both sides because, as we always say, no one knows what will happen next. The only thing we have full control of in trading, embrace it, is our risk management. You are not traders. You are risk managers. This is our only job. And look at this trend line. This trend line goes to the peak of September. And since then, each and every time price reached, got rejected. AMD trend lines are the true support, resistance for price action. Red line, resistance, support. White line, support, support, resistance. Now AMD is inside this massive broadening formation. Can we get a bounce off this red line to the 105 and maybe back to this white trend line? Breaking below this red line, we will see 99 and then 95 to the downside. We also can take Fibonacci. Now we have all the levels to the downside, and if we do like this, we have all the levels to the upside. Follow price, use trend lines and Fibonacci levels to manage your risk, and most importantly, embrace that trend lines, Fibonacci levels gives you something that no other indicator can give you. No other indicator from all these thousands and thousands of indicators can show you with high probability where price might be heading next. If you want to take your trading journey to the highest level, we have the one-on-one live mentorship program or the online program, pre-recorded program, same as the one-on-one, but pre-recorded. Both programs, I guarantee lifetime access, support, guidance from me, no one else. All Discord channels are open, obviously, lifetime. Both programs available in English or in Hebrew. So choose your path. Take your financial freedom in your own hands, because in the end of the day, it's your money. Stop following others to tell you what to do, what to buy, where to sell. Take your financial freedom in your own hands. It's your money. Take care of your money. Do not expect anyone else to take care of it for you. Amazon 128 still holding. It was resistance, support. Now once again support. Below it, where price of Amazon might be heading next? No need to guess. We have Fibonacci in trend lines to the 121, 122 area over here. Microsoft moving sideways. 328 to the downside, support. 334 to the upside, resistance. Long continuation above this. Short, we can start taking our short slowly below the 328, and then we have all the levels to the downside. Long continuation, we have all the levels to the upside. Google, 5 more days for Google's earnings. Struggling to stay above the 138. If bulls will give up, we will see 135, 132, and maybe even 127 earnings October 24th, next Tuesday. Stay tuned. Nvidia, another 4% to the downside. And as we said, we have a head and shoulders scenario that is getting validated each and every day that goes by. Next is the 410. Below it, this gap will get filled. Weekly close below the 393. Next week, we will see, maybe not next week, but by middle of November maybe, we will see 373. So pay attention for price Do not rely on patterns because patterns are not reliable. I'm a 7 years full-time trading. In my first 2 years, I tried to follow patterns, flags, cups, handles, head and shoulders, all these kind of patterns. And this I say with 100% proof and confidence, patterns are not reliable. The only thing that is reliable is price action. You don't need Fibonacci. You don't need all these lines. Where price is heading next. Go. You do not know. If you don't know how to read candles, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. 95% of all traders do not know how to read candles. Green does not mean upside. Purple or red does not mean downside. If you don't know how to read candles, go to line chart. Much more easier to read. What do you see here? Basically, sideways move on Nvidia in the past few months or so. You want to go short? Wait for this box to break to the downside. You want to go long? Wait for this box to break to the upside. Simple as that. Is it simple? No. Because once we put on them our money, our brain starts to fill with emotions, FOMO, greed. So, thank you very much for joining this video. I hope you found it educational, helpful. Like, subscribe, share with friends. Helping grow the channel will be much appreciated. Until the next video, trade safe and most importantly, stay safe.